Hey guys, good morning, everybody. Today is Thursday, February 29th. It is 6:22 right now. Market's going to open in about 8 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and set up this room real quick, and we'll get started shortly with our analysis for today. Looks good. Share. One last thing, and it looks like we are good to go. All right, guys, good morning, everybody. Today is Thursday, February 29th. It is 6:23 right now. Market's going to open in about 7 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and start market liquidity over here. Let's see who's here so far. Morning, Rashida. Morning, Daniel. Morning, Maria. Morning, Saren. I got a little update, guys, on like the entry that I plan on taking on these live sessions. I'll give the update a little bit once everybody's here. Not much is changing. It's just I'm going to be focusing on one strategy over the other. You guys are the part of the mentoring group. You guys probably have a heads up on like what I'm going to do. And I'll give my explanation as to why in a few moments. So I'm going to go ahead and mark up liquidity over here. Going down to the 8-hour time frame. Going down to the 4-hour time frame. Going down to the 2-hour. Going down to the 1-hour time frame. Going down to the 30-minute. I'm going to adjust the color here to red so that we know that this is the lower time frame. Down to the 15-minute. Down to the 10-minute. Now looks like we're good to go. All right, guys, good morning, everybody. Today is Thursday, February 29th. It is 6:25 right now. Market's going to open in about 5 minutes. People are still joining in, so I'll get a few more moments. I'm going to go over here to here's our liquidity chart, guys. Basically, the closest level of liquidity above is going to be at 39,110. Looks like this might get hit pre-market, but we'll see what happens here in the next few minutes. But that'll be the closest level of liquidity above. The closest level down below here is going to be at 38,856. You have a bunch of levels down here. So if price does make it swing back to the downside, it'll probably knock out these levels. However, if not, this is going to be the closest level above. Going over to our clean chart, I'm going to go ahead and mark up 6:30 for market open. Mark up 8 o'clock. I'm going to go over here on the 4-hour to identify market structure. See if there's any structure that we should look out for. There is a resistance up here. It's a bit far up, so not too close. We have a support level down here. Let's go down to the 1-hour, see if there's anything closer. Level right there. And level down here. So it's in pretty much open space at the moment, guys. So there's not really too many levels here to look out for or be careful for. So we'll come back and take a look at this when market opens. Otherwise, I think we're good for now. Let's go over here to our main chart. Check the news from today. So there was high impact news over here at 5:30. Obviously, you guys can see from the chart, there's some big movement. So there's news at 5:30, 6:45, 7, 7:30. And that's about it. Okay, so 5:30, 6:45, 7, 7:30. Obviously, you guys can see the big movement right here. 5:30. 6:45. 7, and 7:30. All right. All right, guys. So it looks like we're good to go. So it looks like the majority of you guys are here. I'm gonna give it a few more moments. Looks like people are still trying to make their way in. Stragglers. Um, all right, guys. So for the live session, typically I take the PRB entry and I also take the breakout V3. What I decided to do, guys, is I'm going to just only take the breakout V3 entry. The reason for that is because we run into issues if the trades come up at the same time, especially if they're opposite. So I did some digging and you can't have opposite trades running at one time. So it's a little difficult to take both of the entries on my copier accounts, right? If I was doing half PRB, half breakout V3 would make sense, but I just can't do that because they're going to overlap on my NinjaTrader. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be focusing on just the breakout V3. And the reason why I decided to do the breakout V3 is because I sent this to you guys yesterday. So here are the win rates for the PRB. Here's the win rate for the breakout V3. And here is the win rate for both of them total for February. So if you were to take only the PRB, you have 11 wins, 8 losses, 19 total trades, 3 net wins, 75-point gain, 3,750 profit with the 57% win rate for the PRB. So the PRB is not exactly a bad strategy. It's just that it's not as strong as a BV3. So the BV3 over here has 14 wins, 5 losses, 19 total trades, 9 net plus wins, 225-point gain, and substantially more profit with a 74% win rate. So, and this is a total, but again, like I said, it's gonna be hard to take both of the trades because obvious reasons. So I'll be focusing on the breakout V3 for myself. I'll be identifying both of the entries, but I'm only gonna be taking the breakout V3 on my specific account. So just a heads up, guys. All right, market is now open. I'm gonna go to markup, opening price, which is right here. All right, we might get a breakout V3 pretty soon. So the trend here is bullish. So we'd be looking for a buy over here for the PRB. Let me just clean this up. All right, guys, if this candle here closes red, this is going to be the breakout V3 right here. You have structure right here, double body rejection. So if the candle closes red, this is the breakout V3 entry. It's got to close red though, so make sure that you follow it. So I'll be watching it right here. We have about 30 seconds left on this candle. We still have a lot of time. 20 seconds. It's not really looking like it's going to close red. Nope. So there's probably not going to be an entry here for the breakout V3. Yeah, obviously no entry there. All right, so there's no entry there for the breakout V3. For the PRB entry, though, there may be opportunity here for entry. So we're getting a nice wick rejection off the structure right here. This might be the first step for the PRB. But again, like I mentioned, guys, for me personally, I'm only going to be taking the breakout V3 because if they tend to overlap, typically they wouldn't overlap because the trades usually go in the same direction. But yesterday we had some situations where the trade was about to overlap. So if that was the case, it would be hard because you'd have to make a split decision whether you want to take the breakout V3 or whether you want to take the PRB, right? Because you have to close one and open the next one. And situations like that, it's going to be really difficult to determine, okay, which one do I keep? Which one do I scrap? So I'm just going to stick to the breakout V3. But I will be identifying both of the entries here. Maybe in the future, if you guys don't want me to identify both, then I'll just identify one. But for the most part, I'll look at both for now. And then I'm going to focus on the breakout V3 specifically. So we have the wick rejection off the structure right here. We have a penny, and there's a buy signal as well. So we have the rejection right here. We're now looking for space. Yeah, I'm going to be using a full contract size on mine, I'm going to do. So I'll be using between a 10 and 12 contract size for my one trade a day. It's just one trade a day. So I don't have to split my contracts in half. So between 10 and 12, I mean, it kind of depends on the risk for the day, right? So we'll see. This is not a breakout V3 because there's no double body or double wick rejection here for the V1, Jeff. So, I mean, it's a breakout V3 pattern if it's green, but there's no entry there because there's no V1 pattern down here. This is, I mean, it's close, but it's not close enough if you look at the levels here. Kind of eats into the body. But there's another V1 pattern right here. So price decides to come back down, then there may be another opportunity there for a breakout V3. We'll see what happens here. The ETR is pretty decently high right now. It's currently at 19. So the volatility is there. We just need to get some direction over here. Yeah, Nick said liquidity down low looks better than liquidity up above. Yeah, I agree. So it looks like price wants to fill this whole gap right here from pushing up from the news early at 5:30. So we'll see. We'll see what happens, but other than that, oh fuck. So the PRB entries right here, guys. Sorry, I just wasn't paying attention. I didn't realize this came back and touched it. But if you guys want to take the PRB, this is the PRB right here. Sorry, let me analyze it again real quick. So for the PRB right here, market opened at 6:30, price pushed up. We had the rejection right here off the structure. We had space right here or here. And this candle right here came back and retested the structure down below. So this right here is the PRB entry for anybody who's looking to take it. I'm not taking it myself, guys, because as I said, I'm only going to be focusing on only the breakout V3 moving forward, because if the trades do conflict, I'm not going to be able to take both of the entries on NinjaTrader. NinjaTrader only, it follows the first one, first out FIFO rule. So you can't take trades in both directions. You can hedge trades in the same direction, but you can't take trades in opposite directions. Like I can't take a buy here and then take a sell here. So it'd be an issue for us, because if we're in the middle of a trade, like for example here, if we're in the middle of this PRB and then the breakout V3 comes up right here, I wouldn't be able to hop into this trade, or I'd have to close my first one and then get into this trade here, right? So just a heads up, I'm not taking the PRB moving forward because I have to make a choice between the PRB or the breakout V3. And from the data, it shows that the breakout V3 is actually more profitable on its own. Both of the trades together are good. It'll give you a balanced win-loss ratio, but if I'm gonna choose one or the other, it's gonna be the breakout V3. The breakout V3 was an original strategy that was already deep tested, so I already know that it is profitable. The only thing is that I can't remember why we stopped using it, but I'm gonna keep using it moving forward for the breakout specifically. So there's no entries here yet for the breakout, but the PRB entry is still technically running right now. So, I mean, I wouldn't mind if this comes up, hits TP, and then comes right back down, right? and then provides an opportunity for a breakout V3. Or if we get a level down here and then price pushes up, and that's fine too. But for me personally, I'm going to stick to the breakout V3. I'll be taking a full contract size on just one trade a day. And we'll pretty much just go from there. All right, so it looks like liquidity above got hit already, right here. I don't know if anybody took it, but liquidity did get hit right there. It went straight to its profit target. So the upper level right here that I marked up pre-market, as you guys can see, went straight to its full TP. It's already done. And there's more liquidity above, but nothing here at the moment. Nice. So Kane over here actually took that trade and caught his TP right there. Lucas is asking, let me go back over here real quick, sorry. Okay, so the breakout V3 is setting up right here, guys. If this candle closes red, this is going to be the entry for the breakout V3. So I'll be taking this with a full contract size. It's got to wait for it to close out. All right, so this is going to be my main trade for the day. I'll wait for it to close. 20 seconds left on the candle. I'll make sure it closes red. You got 15 seconds left on the candle right here. 10 seconds. You got to make sure it closes. 3, 2, 1, entry.
Order.
So I'm in the position right here, guys, for the breakout V3. Make sure my TP stop loss is proper. Yeah, everything looks fine on my side. So I got entry where I was supposed to. And this is the breakout V3. I'll type it out. All right, so there goes a breakout V3. Go over here real quick, see if there's anything else that we have to look at. There's no red flags in the area. I think it's kind of lined up how it's supposed to. And price is playing its way down to the target. Watching it here, make sure I don't misclick anything. I think my entry is proper. Yeah, my TP is at 51. Yeah, everything looks good. All right, so I'll just leave it as is. So the PRV didn't play through, but the breakout V3 is currently running in profit right here. And again, like I mentioned, guys, this is the only trade I'm going to be taking for the day. Just one and done for me, basically one breakout a day, and we'll see how the results play through long term. So price is coming down. It's almost there. Amount, full TP. Made 1,500 per account. There we go. Full TP for the breakout V3. So this is the only trade I'm going to be taking, guys. Today's a win. I'm back in profit for the week. Thank God I'm back in profit for the week. The back and forth was kind of annoying for me. So like I was saying, you know, the back and forth is good, but it's just annoying. It's just kind of annoying sometimes because I want to make profit, right? It's either I want to be on one side or the other. I don't want to be on too far of one side or just break even every single day. So I think this is a better decision that I decided to stick with the breakout V3 because it just makes sense. Like I created a strategy for the specific entry. The PRV is a good strategy, but I didn't create it for this specific reason, right? I've done the deep back test on this, so I know this works, and this is more concrete. Like for the PRV, it's kind of tricky because not everybody can identify what space is, what's rejection, what's structure, etc. With the breakout V3, we already know there's like no thinking here, right? It's like literally look for the V1 pattern, look for the signal, and look for the following push in that direction. So I'm done with that right there. That's pretty much the only trade I'm taking today. I'll continue looking for entries here, but oh man, it feels good to be back in profit. Feels good. Net profit for the week isn't like super great, but for the day, I think it's pretty good. I got hit with some slippage, but it's all good. I made 1,500 per account. That's solid. I think the best part is that this trade went straight to TP. There was like literally no, I mean, there's some drawdown a little bit, but not very much. It just played out how it was supposed to. So, all right, there goes the entry for the breakout V3. Looks like pretty much everybody here locked it in with me. So great work, guys, on catching that. There goes, I'll send in my profits as well. So like I said, guys, if you guys just take one entry a day, which will probably be the breakout V3, this will probably it'll add up. It'll add up. Like I've done the data for this week, and it adds up to some pretty good profit. So, all right, other than that, let me just post my profits real quick. I'm going to close my Ninja Trader so I don't make any dumb mistakes like I've done in the past. So I've done that there. And I think this is better too. This just prevents you from over trading. Since now we're just taking one trade, it's like, okay, take one, win or lose. And there we go, all my green screens. So I made 1,500 per account. There's some slippage over here, of course. I mean, it is what it is. Let me just do the math real quick. 1,260 times 18 plus 1,320 plus 1,500. So 25,500 for the day. And then for the week, I'm in profit, but not a lot, of course, because of the half loss from yesterday. But for the net week profit, for the day I'm in profit, and for the week I'm in profit, which is great. I'm cool with that. Say plus 25,500 apex profit for the day. All right. So there we go with that right there. We'll keep looking for more entries here, but again, like I said, I'm not going to be taking anything. I'll just be looking for entries here for you guys. And we'll continue moving forward. Nice. Yeah, just looking at everybody hit their profit here. Nick's back in profit for the week. Definitely Nick. Yeah, Casey said clean entry. Rashida said nice up 3K because I caught the trade before she went to bed. Nice. Lucas is up 895. Natasha full TP, Vince full TP. Jonathan said glad his internet didn't disconnect this time. And yeah, Delicia said, yeah, being back in profit feels real good. So glad today is the last day of February. Yeah, same here, guys. I'm pretty excited for March because March is typically where the trend starts for the spring season. And from there, we'll just keep, climbing up higher until we get to summer. Once the market kind of slows down a bit, we'll see if we have to make some adjustments. But for the most part, the breakout V3 is actually a really good strategy. We typically apply the breakout V3 continuation anyways. So like, for example, here, if you guys want to take the breakout V3 continuation, you can possibly look for one here. You just got to look out for the red flags. But yeah, other than that, we have some more team profits over here. So we got Nick over here, total profit of 365 for the day. Nice work, Nick. We have Andreas here, total profit of 4,640. Great work, Andreas. We have Jonathan here, total profit of almost about 2,000 for the day. Nice work, Jonathan. All wins. We have Kaner here, total profit of 2,000 per account. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 accounts, so 14,000 for the day. Nice work, Kaner. We have Casey here, total profit of 2,000 for the day across both of his accounts. All wins. We have Natasha, total profit of 530. Nice work, Natasha. We got Vince here, total profit of 1,250. Great work, Vince. We have Rashida, total profit of 3,000 for the day. Nice work, Rashida. We have Andrew, total profit of 700 per account. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 accounts. So well over, we'll say 8,000 for the day, all wins. We have Jeff here, total profit of 2,000 for the day. Nice work, Jeff. We've got Terrence, total profit of 900 per account. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 accounts. So well over 7,000 for the day, all wins. We have Nick here, total profit of 1,700 on his FTMO and a total profit of about 3,000 on his Apex. Nice work, Nick. We have Nikki here, total profit of 500 per account. She has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 accounts, so well over 4,000 for the day. Nice work, Nikki. We have Maria here, total profit of 340. We have Alex here, total profit of 1,365. Nice work, Alex. We have Maddie here, total profit of 3,600, all wins. We have Cam, total profit of, let's see, 3,000 for the week and a little bit over 1,000 for the day. Nice work, Cam. And lastly, we have Delicia over here with a total profit of 1,200 per account. She has 3 accounts, so well over 3,000 for the day. Nice work, Delicia. All right, guys, so back to the charts. There's nothing here to take right now, so you guys are not missing out on anything at the moment. If you guys want to take some breakout V3 continuations, I'll look for some entries here. Also for some V1 variations, I'll look as well. We had news over here at 6:45. Thanks, Maddie. I totally forgot to mark it up on the chart, but we did have news right here at 6:45. So great work, guys. I'm pretty sure everybody here is pretty happy about the profits for today. Just moving forward, you guys got to understand that, you know, these breakouts, they're not always going to be good like this, guys. They're not always going to be straightforward and straight to profit target like we had today. And thankfully, it played out exactly how we anticipated and planned for it to play out. But the thing that you guys got to keep in mind is that market's not always going to do that. So you have to be okay with eating a loss when it happens, right? Like if I took a loss today, I would have been okay. I would have just eaten that loss and just move forward with it. But for some people, you know, you go into that phase where you just start to revenge trade. So just keep that in mind. 1 trade a day for me personally. If you guys want to follow me, feel free to take a breakout. If you guys want to take more trades, you know, feel free to take more trades. But that's going to be my goal moving forward. Yeah, I mean, my main goal here is really just to have it's to be profitable long term, right? So during the mentoring session later, I'll update my spreadsheet. But you know, just taking a quick glance at the spreadsheet here, basically for the week so far, BB3 was a win on Monday. It was no trade on Tuesday. It was a loss on Wednesday, so it was break even. And then today was a win, so it's net profit 1 for the week so far for the BB3. So tomorrow, there's one of 2 things that'll happen. We'll either end this week as a break-even week with a breakout V3, or it's going to be a net 2 win. So net 2 win is really good if you guys think about it, right? So like, you know, like I said, each trade, you're either going to make 1,500 or I'm going to make 1,500 or I'm going to lose it. So if tomorrow is either break even or we win. If we win, this is going to be times 2. So 3,000 for the week per account times 20. That's 60,000 for a week of just 2 trades, 2 net wins. So you guys can see the numbers add up. And that's why I'm okay with just taking 1 trade with a decent probability of winning. I think it's consistently had above a 70%. So per month. So it's pretty good. I mean, for the most part. Yeah, I'm kind of excited to see what happens moving forward from here. We got some more profits here from Madhu. Madhu just got funded, so we got another funded member here in our group. Madhu just got his, he just hit the threshold, 159,000 for a total profit of 1,050 for the day. Nice work, Madhu. Great work there. We also have Kenneth over here, total profit of 740 per account. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 accounts. So well over, we'll say 3,000 for the day. Nice work, Kenneth. Yeah, guys, great work. I'm always happy to see you guys get funded here. Hopefully mine will finally get to that point. I've just been taking it as a slow roll because I'm taking like 1 trade a day. So for me, it's a little more difficult to get to that point, but I'm glad that a lot of you guys here are doing well. You know, Apex actually reached out to me because so many people in our group are getting funded every single day. They're actually sending me a hoodie. They let me choose like from whatever like they had in their stuff. They're sending me an Apex hoodie for my hard work. You got that too, Kenneth? Yeah. It's supposed to be the top. So the top 100 traders on Apex get something. I guess because like we're not blowing accounts. Like I guess if you're just not blowing accounts, you don't even have to be funded. You just you just can't be blowing accounts. If you're consistent and you're not blowing accounts, they'll send you something. Because a lot of people, what happens with a lot of people is they'll get funded and then they'll blow the accounts, right? There's a couple people in the group, not going to name anybody, but it's really unfortunate because they'll get funded and they'll blow the account like then on the next trade, which is crazy because it's like I think because of the 1 day pass situation, a lot of people are just getting really greedy, right? A lot of people are passing super quick, and then on that very next trade, they blow the account, which is like make it make sense, right? But I mean, it's all good. It's all good. Yeah, CJ said it's cool. If we can only get our K2 drip. Yeah, no, I'm gonna be making some new shirts and some tank tops for the summer, guys. So once that stuff gets in, I'll let you guys know if you guys are interested. The K2 shirts are actually really nice. If you guys have seen the K2 shirts, or if you guys have, well, obviously you've seen me wear it, but if you've seen them in person, they're actually really nice. They're good quality and they're pretty solid. Yeah, Rashida said no need to pass fast, slow and steady wins the race. Yeah, that's why I'm just taking one trade a day, guys. Like everybody asks me if I'm funded yet. Unfortunately, I'm not funded because I'm only taking one trade a day. And for the past 2 months, it's been like I get really close to getting to that funded point, and then it comes right back because I have a lot of break-even days, and then we have one losing day, and it just takes longer for me. But the thing is, I haven't really blown any accounts, right? I've only like accidentally blown like my very first account that I did because I didn't understand the trailing drawdown as well. But now that I'm doing one trade a day, it's like I'm basically making it pretty much impossible for me to blow an account because every day it's 1,500 profit or 1,500 loss, and and I never get to that point where the threshold gets hit. So I got a couple accounts here that are like at 154,000. So hopefully, if like the next couple of weeks are like smooth, then I'll get to that 150 mark. Here, let's see. So I need to make about 5,000 divided by 1,500. So I basically need 3 net wins. If I can get 3 net wins, then I'll hopefully be funded by, I don't know, next week, but we'll see. It's kind of where I'm at. Like Sisu got the hat. The hat looked cool too. Sisu said almost got the mat, really wanted a hoodie, but not into the pullover. Yeah. You know, when I got that email, I thought it was a scam too. I was like, this is weird. And I went on the website and I was like, this is weird. Because it's not good stuff. Like I'm like Apex, they're just what they're doing is they just like put a random graphic on the hoodie and then the Apex logo. Dang, we're all gonna be wearing Apex stuff. Oh crap, I'm on the wrong chart. I don't even know how that happened. Thanks, Daniel. Yeah, I was confused too. I was like, I don't remember there being, some high lows there. I think I accidentally clicked on it. Yeah, Daniel's like ATR changed that much, 10? Well, I mean the ATR is still kind of low here. It's decent, but it's not very high. It's at 16. But there's no entries here, guys. Don't worry. No entries here. There's no trend yet that's confirmed yet either. So there's not really much to look at here or take. So we will continue on. I think I marked the wrong news event. 6:45, which is right. No, that's right. That's right. Price is just going sideways. Yeah, CJ said the trailing drawdown was confusing, but I don't think about it anymore since he broke down the math for me. Yeah, the trailing drawdown was really not that difficult, guys. I mean, it's difficult if you're taking a lot of trades, or if you're taking a crazy, RR, or not even a crazy RR. If you're doing like a 1 to 2, you might get screwed, depending on like what your contract size and stuff like that. But all you really need to do is just calculate your risk. So if you're going to go for a bigger RR, you just have to take a smaller contract size. Yeah, no, definitely C-suit. It's exactly what I grabbed. All right, so we got news over here at 7 o'clock. News at 7 is going to be pending home sales year over year and month over month. It's forecasted to be mixed. Month over month is forecasted to be negative. Year over year is forecasted to be positive. We got that coming up. All right, it's about to be 7 o'clock. Guys, if there's any questions that you guys have, feel free to put your questions in the chat. I think this is a lot better that now I'm only taking one entry. So I'm not really going to miss out on anything. So if you guys do have questions during these live sessions, I mean, feel free to pop your questions into the chat. Just as long as they're not super like detailed questions. Like if you need me to explain trailing drawdown, I'm probably not going to do that here. But if you guys have any small questions, I can answer whatever questions you guys have. If you guys do have any like more in-depth questions, feel free to put them in the chat. I'll put them on a list and then I'll cover them during the mentoring session after this live. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty smooth now that I'm taking just one trade. Even taking the PRB and the breakout V3 was kind of was getting kind of hectic because the trades would come up so close to each other and it would kind of throw us off. So I'll continue to identify the PRB entry for a while, but if you guys are if you guys don't want me to cover it as much, then it's fine. We can just focus on only the breakout V3. But moving forward for the next month, I'm only going to be taking the breakout V3. If I change my mind and start making some changes, then I'll let you know. But for the most part, I'm pretty solid with just the breakout V3. Nice. Drew said he's done for the day too. Yeah, it's cool, guys. Like, if you guys are happy with your profits, then I would just wrap it up. You know, that's going to keep you from revenge trading and over trading. That's the whole reason why I'm trying to set the example for everybody here, right? I'm taking one trade a day, which is a breakout V3, and I'm not taking anything else. I'm showing you guys that it's okay to just take one trade a day. You know, it's okay to have one win. It's okay to have one loss. It's okay to just do that and then come back the next day and repeat the process. Because I think that's the problem with most people. It's really just greed and revenge trading, or greed, revenge trading, over trading. Like I see people pass their challenges every day or their evaluations every day for Apex, which is great. You know, I'm glad that you guys are passing, but it kind of just it instills bad habits, right? Um, you know, specifically with like a couple people in our group. There's like I think maybe two people in the group that I'm not going to name, but past challenges and blowing them like immediately thereafter. It's not a good habit because you could if you could stay consistent, then you're gonna find longer success with trading. All right, so here's the news over here. Yeah, Nick said I also see people losing them every day. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's not a good habit because what's the point of getting funded and then you're gonna blow it? So here's the worst part. The worst part is you guys paid for the evaluation, you got funded, and then you paid for the activation fee, right? That's where it really hurts, right? Because you like literally get funded and then you pay like $260 for the activation fee and then you blow the account. If you would have just like traded normally, you'd get your first payout and then you would basically recoup all your expenses, right? Like $30 for the evaluation and then $200 for the activation fee. And then from there you'd be straight. Because at that point you don't really have trailing drawdown. It's you can't hope on getting lucky every single time. Yeah, Nick said that you did exactly what Apex wants you to do. Pass evaluation quick, pay for the PA and fail, get upset and buy another. Yeah, exactly. It's like the same thing that FTMO does, right? But for FTMO or any of these other funding companies, you pay the expenses up front. For Apex, it's the same thing. It's just that's why they're giving you the 1 day pass. Like guys, don't fall for the 1 day pass. The 1 day pass promo is not good for you. A lot of people like because it makes people want to YOLO, right? It makes you want to like pass really quick. But then it just gives you bad habits because once you're funded and then you're gonna try to do the same thing over and over again, it's not possible to get lucky every single time. Here, let's see. Let me scroll up real quick. Yeah, Kenneth said I changed my strat when I saw Maddie have lower lot sizes. I don't get as much anxiety during trades anymore. Yeah, exactly. And I'll probably be doing the same thing too. Once my accounts are funded, I'll probably drop back down to 10 contracts because then that gives me a big cushion for me to kind of just build the account. CJ's asking on Replicanto, did you select one machine or a lifetime? I did lifetime for one machine, CJ, because I only use it on one computer. If you have like multiple computers, and well, I don't see why you would, but like say for example, you wanted to have NinjaTrader on two different platforms. Like say you had two different NinjaTraders, then that's where you need two licenses. But if you only have one NinjaTrader, you only need one license. I think you'd add more later in the future as well. So guys, if you guys want to use the copier that I'm using, I'll give you guys a link here again because it's a discount. It's a pretty good discount. Um, Here, I'll put it over here just for you guys if you guys want to use it. It's pretty smooth. Like so if you guys look at my profits over here, this first account is my main account. I just executed on this. That's why it's a full TP because there's no slippage. These obviously execute at different times, but you know, it is what it is. So it entered right here and then it pretty much copied across all my accounts, automatic TP stop loss. So that's what I use. I mean, if you guys want to use the group copier on TradeAbate, that's fine too. I just don't like to manually enter and exit. It's just, I feel like that gives me anxiety because sometimes you're not quick enough to close out. All right, there's a V1 pattern right here, but there's no momentum. So not really much here. All right, let's see. Question over here from Oscar. Oscar is asking, do you think this strategy will work good in the summer when volume is low? I think so, because it's a breakout strategy. So it doesn't really matter what the volume is like overall. It just matters that there's volume on open. So this is why the strategy is good all year round, because it's a breakout, right? So I do get your concern, Oscar, but since it's like when the volatility is high, because the breakout V3 will typically come in the like right in the beginning, right? Where the volatility is going up and down very quick. Like right here, see how the volatility is slow? Doesn't make a difference whether it's like it's not really going to make a big difference because we already took our trade, right? So I think it's going to be fine in the summer because in the summer there's still going to be volatility during certain periods. Like the market might be slow overall during the summer, but since we're only taking the breakout, we're going to be trading when the volatility is high. So we don't really have to time it very much. We just have to follow it and just take it when it comes up. So what I'll do, so I'm really interested in doing a back test on this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a back test of like a whole year. I'll try to do a whole year. I'll do 2023 a whole year, and then I'll do the summer back test too, so that you guys can kind of see where it stands, right? So yeah, the thing with me guys is that when I figure something out, I get really like dialed in into like trying to figure out how good is it. And the good thing with the breakout V3 is that I've already tested it. It's not like a brand new strategy, right? That strategy we've been using for a while now. And we just stopped using it for whatever reason. But the breakout V3 it's a true tested strategy. So I'm going to be doing a deeper back test, and I'm just going to be identifying and documenting the breakout V3s in the morning with the 25-25, because before I did it with 30-30, now I'm doing it with the 25-25, which I think is better. And I'll just keep looking back further and further to see how consistent it is. All Yeah, Kenneth said once you're funded, it's how long you have it for, not how much you make. Yeah, that's really what it is. Because so this is why I was telling you guys before, I don't really mind just taking one win a week, right? I'm okay with one net win a week because if I do one net win a week, that's 1,500, right? I gotta have break even days. I gotta have a win on Monday, a lose on Tuesday, win on Monday, lose on Thursday, and then a win on Friday. And then I close out the week with a net one win, right? If I do a net one win of 1,500, like what Kenneth mentioned here, it's really about just how long are you able to keep the account? Because if I can just not blow the account and get one win a day or one win a week, this times 20, or yeah, so 1,500 times 20, that's 30,000 a week, right? Times four, that's 120,000 a month times 12. That's 1.4 million a year. I'm cool with that, right? I mean, yeah, some people have dreams of like becoming a billionaire and stuff like that, which is great, but I like living a pretty like non-stressful life and taking the break out every morning. That's pretty much it. Because I can trade all day. Like you guys have seen how I scalp in the past. In the past, I would scalp on the market like literally all day. There's a lot of ways to trade that way. Like for example, I was showing you guys in the mentoring group, like there's a sell signal right here, right? We have a sell momentum. Every time price would reject off the pivot, you can take this for a quick 100 pips. And I went over this with you guys in the mentoring group. 100 pips there, that'd be like 1,000. Another rejection right there, another 1,000, another rejection right there, another 1,000, another rejection right there, another 1,000, another rejection there. So I can literally sit on the chart and scalp all day if I wanted to, but it's super stressful. If you guys have ever sat on the chart and scalp like for a whole day, you can make a lot of profit. You could also lose a lot of money as well. But you're gonna have a hot streaks like this. Like I think this is a perfect example of scalping high frequency. I kind of share this strategy with you guys in the mentoring group and then also with the think tank. But basically, the way that I would trade this is I would look for momentum signal, and then you can see whenever it comes down and rejects off the pivot, you can go in for a quick 100 pips. You're just in and out, rejection, in and out, in and out. Every time it rejects off the pivot, in and out. Win, 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 win. Uh, this is a loss. This is a win. This is a win. So you can see there's like 5 to 10 entries right here. And you can just take a whole bunch of these entries every time it rejects off the pivot because you have momentum and you have trend shifting to the bottom. So I think in the future I'll hold a master class where I'll teach you guys how to do this because it's very lucrative. It's just you have to like really be disciplined to like understand. Like for this specific strategy, I explained to you guys like net 3 wins. I'm good. Like I'd probably wrap it up for the day. Because again, that would add up to 1,500. I think my threshold and my number for the day is always going to be about 1,500. Maybe in the future I'll go higher because I'll go for a bigger contract size. But I mean, applying something like this is pretty smooth. Every time price comes down, rejection, win, rejection, win, rejection, win. And then every time it rejects off a pivot, you just keep entering for 100 pips, right? You're going to have losses here and there, but if you just keep entering these trades, you'll just keep winning. So here we go. As price continues to drop lower. Maddie over here took the high-low scalp entry down to the sessions. Nice work, Maddie. So there's a high-low scalp right there that Maddie took, and he wrote it down to the session. So if you guys remember earlier, I marked up liquidity, right? And we talked about how price is going to fill this gap, and look what's happening here. Price is filling the gap just like we said. Target price point is going to be the liquidity down here. So if it keeps dropping, this is where we're expecting it to go. The liquidity points down here. Nice work, Josh. Josh locked in 609 for the day. Solid work. And your spreadsheet is looking good. Majority wins here. Great work, Josh. All right, so Josh is done with the live session for the day. See him in the mentoring. Josh's profits. You guys are doing pretty good. Everybody who's in the mentoring group, you guys are doing pretty good. Spreadsheet's looking good right here. A lot of wins. Natasha, a lot of wins. Nikki, a lot of wins. Yeah, I'll go over that stuff a little later. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free to pop into the chat. There's not really much here to take. Um, for the official entries, again, like the main ones that I would be looking for would be something like a V1 variation with confluence or a breakout V3 continuation with confluence. There's neither of those entries available here just yet. But if I do see one, I'll mark it up for you guys. There's just nothing here at the moment. All right. Let's see. Here is our clean chart. I'll mark up structure here for you guys so that you guys can see things a bit better. So we got some structure right here. It's not exactly good structure, but it's all right. So this is going to be the 1 minute distance level. This is going to be the 4-hour support. This is invalidated. So target price point right here for price to go down to is the 4-hour support, which is also liquidity. So if it continues climbing down, you can look for something like this. Price will probably come down, bounce off it, or price come down and consolidate down here. There was a momentum pullback scalp right here. So we had a sell signal, price came down. Actually, the momentum pullback scalp happened like way up here, I think. Or not yet, actually, it just shifted, sorry. So yeah, it was pretty quick. It happened right here. So we had the trend shift right here, bearish momentum, price retraced on this green candle, the momentum pullback scalp happened right here. This is one of the favorite strategies. So if you guys want to, like, I think I saw some questions in the chat. Somebody was asking, like, what strategies are people using to get funded so quickly? There's a ton of strategies. It's really just figuring out what works for you specifically. A lot of people like to take the momentum pullback scalp. I think this is like one of the really good strategies on the 1 minute. People like to take pivot scalps. People like to take V1 variations. There's so many different opportunities to get these scalps in if you guys want to take them. Jay said, bro, I just blew all my accounts. Well, how did that happen, Jay? Yeah, that's crazy. Jay's not one of the people I was talking about earlier, but Jay might be added to that list of people who get funded. Just messing with you, Jay, but damn, how did that even happen? It's got added to the list, bro. Jay said, bro, it was an accident. I know, I'm pretty sure it was an accident because you're usually pretty good with keeping your accounts for a while. But man, that sucks. Sorry to hear, Jay. But you weren't on that list of people that I was talking about earlier. There's only like 2 people on that list. But man, that sucks. Well, it's all good, Jay. Hopefully it was an accident that was yeah, I won't put you on there. I won't put you on there yet, Jay. Once you get the next funded account, you just gotta keep it. Oh, man. Yeah, no, you're good. You'll get it back, Jay. I know you will because you're pretty consistent for the most part. I know you don't make mistakes like that. So accidents do happen. Well, the good thing for you, Jay, is that it's only like so guys, the accounts with Apex are still really cheap right now. They're 80%. So if you guys want to uh get access to it, I mean here, I'll put the link back over here. So let's go to the Discord real quick. So if you guys want to use my flow bots, I'll put it back over here. And then also I'll put the it's 80% right now. The discount's gonna expire in a couple days. So I'll spend a few days. All right. Yeah, Apex is still 80% off right now. Let's see when it expires. It expires in 4 days. So don't even pay attention to the 1 day pass, guys. Like, if anything, I would prefer that you guys don't try to pass in 1 day. But the 80% evals are running for 4 days right now. And I think the resets are half off as well. So if you guys make a mistake or you screw up and need to build the account back, you can do a not a free reset, but you do a reset for half off. The ATR is actually getting pretty high, Jeff. Yeah, Jeff's right. So Jeff said the ATR is rising. Yeah, it's getting pretty high right now. It's currently at 21. It's pretty good. All right, so we have a V1 pattern right here, I believe. There's a V1 pattern here. The buy signal is pending. So this wouldn't be a breakout V3 continuation, guys. For the breakout V3 continuation, you would need the trend. For the regular breakout, there's no trend necessary. But for the continuation, you would need the trend. The trend here is obviously bearish, so we need to get that reset. We need that buy signal there to close. Once it closes, we'll look for price to push up and then come right back down. Because yeah, like what Daniel said here, the reset's necessary. We need that. Price has kind of been climbing for a long time now. It's due for a reset. It's been dropping for a while now. And we need that retracement, continuation back down. Man, it's only 7:19. It feels late. Because typically we're looking for these entries and they take forever to come up. Like the breakout V3 will typically like sometimes it'll happen like right at 8 o'clock. I'm glad it came early. I think this is like best case scenario when the breakout happens like right at like 6:30 or so. Because it makes, pretty much makes all the difference. So since we have some downtime over here, I'm gonna go ahead and just update the spreadsheet. We're not really missing out on anything here anyway, so there's nothing for us to miss out on. So what I'll do here is I'll just put I'll update the spreadsheet with the breakout V3. Let me go back over here real quick. I'm gonna take another photo so that I can 639 is the entry. Oh, let's put in the spreadsheet. So 229 or 639 was our entry. It was for sell, win 25, 1 BB3. All right, so the win-loss ratio for this month isn't so great. This is because we're taking one trade every single day. It doesn't matter if there's news or anything like that. We still take the trade. And as you guys can see, there's 16 wins, 11 losses, total profit of 125 points, total trades of 27 trades with a win-loss ratio of about 59%. So it's nothing compared to what we're used to, right? We're used to taking a few trades here and having a very high win rate. But I think this is going to be better long term, taking the breakout once a day and then just keeping the consistency. So not too bad. We're at one net win so far for this week with regard to the breakout V3. And I think one net win as well for both. Since we didn't take the PRV today. All right, so the momentum never came up. Momentum never came up. The volatility here is starting to die back down. As you guys can see, price is starting to consolidate down here. So there's not really too much going on here at the moment. Some consolidation down below. Oh, right there. All right, so we got the support level right here. Once we get a new resistance, I'll mark it up. There's no resistance there yet. But you guys can see the volatility here starting to die down. It was at 22 earlier. It's now down to 19. We'll see if it drops down even lower to 17, 16, 15, etc. It's now down to 18. And there's just no movement right here as price continues to go sideways. See, we got some more team profits over here. So we have Maddie over here with a total profit of 7,200 for the day. Nice work, Maddie. All wins. It's a great work right there. All wins on his Apex. You guys can see how many funded accounts Maddie has here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Nice work, Maddie. 14 funded accounts with Apex. We have Kip here. I think Kip might be the record holder right now. Kip has 18 funded accounts with Apex. It's a great work to Kip there as well. We got some more profits here from John. John locked in a total profit of 2,050 for the day. Nice work, John. And we have Kevin over here. He took the breakout V3 with us. Total profit of 2,000 for the day. All wins. Nice work, Kevin. All right, guys, solid profit so far for the day. Again, if there's any questions that you guys have, feel free to put your questions in the chat. And I can cover whatever you guys need help with. Oh, I know, right? Kenneth said, gotta throw a party to the first 20 funded account holder. I know, that's gonna be crazy. I mean, Kip's probably gonna be the first one. He's on his way to getting the last 2 accounts. I think he's like maybe 1 or 2 trades away. Is Kip here now? Kip is gone. Yeah, Kip's not here right now. But yeah, Kip has if you guys ever want to see who's funded in the group, just go to the milestones. So go to the Discord, go to the team milestones. You can see here Kip got funded 18 150K accounts. So as you guys can see, people are getting funded like every single day in our group, right? We had Craig here getting funded this morning. We had Kenneth getting funded yesterday. Kip here, 18 accounts, 150K. Tiana over here, she got funded the other day. Drew over here getting his payout. Oh, this isn't Drew, this is Kenneth. I don't know why it says Drew there. But yeah, this is Kenneth here. He got a payout of 1,500 from ETF. So glad to see you guys here getting funded, getting paid out. Yeah, let me fix that. I don't know why it says Drew there. Obviously an accident. Let's see. So there was a high low momentum. Actually, there wasn't one right here, song, because there was a high low in between. I don't know if you missed that right there, but there's a high low in between there. So unfortunately, it was not a. I mean, it would have been nice if it was. I almost identified that as well. But yeah, almost a high level momentum scalp. I had a question yesterday from a couple of people. They were asking about the high level momentum scalp. This strategy actually works really good during ranging markets. So I think during February, this probably would have been a really good strategy. I didn't really look into it, but this strategy, the high level momentum scalp, was made specifically for ranging markets. So I created that strategy during the winter. I think it was like 2 Novembers ago. So 2 October, Novembers ago, I looked at this pattern and I saw, okay, when there's a lower low there and you have momentum breaking, closing past structure, which would be pivots 1 and 2, it typically continues to push in that direction. That's exactly how I put this together. So this right here, it looks like it could have been a good entry. However, there was a high low in between. I know some people skip the step. It's just really up to preference, but my raw data was it didn't really factor in this here. But in order for me to identify, okay, how do I prevent losses? This is why this requirement was added in. So I mean, it's up to your guys' preference. You guys can make changes to my strategies, right? I'll show you guys my way of applying it. And if you guys want to make some tweaks to it, whether you want to take requirements out, add requirements in, you guys are more than welcome to make changes. But for right here specifically, there wasn't an entry because there was a high low in between. Oh, that's why it sucks. I'm glad today's the last day of February. Pretty much February's been a ranging month, or for the most part, if you guys have noticed it. So here's our clean chart, and you can see the range here is pretty obvious, right? Like you don't really get that consistent push in one direction. Usually between 6:30 and 8, price moves in one direction, but you can see over here that market opened here, came back down, and now it's coming right back up. So it's really just a big range. And then also it is a leap year, like CJ mentioned. Yeah, because I remember some people were like talking about it yesterday, how like we have one more day of February left, and everyone was like, what? Because it is a leap year. So we have an extra day this year on the 29th. All right, guys. I guess we'll continue looking, but if there's no injuries that come up in probably the next 10 minutes or so, we'll probably wrap this up. There's just no reason to be on the charts right now because the volatility is so low. We're not really expecting much to happen. So what I'll see right here is how price moves with regard to news at 7:30, which is probably not going to move very much. But we do have the Fed speaking later at 7:50. So that'll be something to look out for. But yeah, I'm not expecting too much to happen here. So I'll keep looking for opportunities for the next, I guess, 5 or 10 minutes. If nothing comes up from now until then we'll just wrap this up and then I'll hop into the mentoring session right after. Yeah, I'm not really expecting too much. The ATR right here is currently at 17, so it's not really changing very much. Earlier it was at like 20, went down to 19, 18, now 17. And if it continues to go lower, and there it goes. It went down to 16. So if it continues to go down lower, volatility is probably not going to pick up at all. It's probably just going to stay flat. I got this fucking cough. It's freaking annoying. It's because of the weather. It's gloomy today here in California. Like whenever it's gloomy, I get this like cough that gets stuck there. Here, let's add up my profits for the week so far. So for the week so far, I'm currently at, well, let's take a look at the team profits. So we got some more profits here from CT. CT locked in 462 per account is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 accounts. So well over, we'll say 4,000 for the day. Nice work, CT. We have Andreas here, total profit of 6,540. Nice work, Andreas. So great profits across everybody's accounts here so far. Let's add up my weekly profits so far. So 345.30 times 18 plus 380.30 plus 560.30. Okay, so not too bad. I'm at 7,156 for the week, which is not bad, right? Any profit is good in my book. So as long as I end up in the week or the month in green profit, that's kind of my goal, right? And I think that should be everybody's goal, right? You guys shouldn't focus on making like crazy profits immediately. Your main goal is to just end the day and the week in green. If you can do that every single day, or not even every single day, if you can end the week in green every single week, and then end the month in green every single month, at the end of the year, you're going to have profit. It's inevitable that you're going to make profit. So, be part of the the 1%, right? The 1%, there's only a few percentage of traders who are actually profitable year after year. And that's been my goal for the past, years. I don't even know how long now, like 8 to 10 years now. I've been trading for about 12 years. I wasn't profitable for like the first 4 years. I started to find some consistency 2 years after. And then I think for the past 4 or 5 years, I've just been profitable every year. And that's just my main goal, right? My main goal now is just to scale. So I just want to make some profit every year. And then now that with Apex, I have 20 accounts, I'm able to scale a lot more. Because, like I showed you guys earlier, the math, it just makes sense. If you're making 1,500 a day, or say for example, I lower my contract size, right? Say if I'm just making 1,250 per week, not even a day, but per week. Times 4, that's 5,000 a month, times 12, that's 60,000 a year off just one account, times 20, that's 1.2 million. So it adds up, right? With Apex, it's so cheap. It's 80 bucks, or like it's cheaper now. It's like $60 to open an account with Apex. Like your $60 is a good investment to make thousands and thousands of dollars pretty much every month. Let's see. So this right here is a double body rejection. We have a sell signal. If this candle closes red, like Jeff mentioned, this would be a breakout V3 continuation. So if anybody's looking to take a breakout V3 continuation, this could be a possible entry, but the candle does have to close red. I'm not taking this entry because I'm only taking one entry a day, which is a breakout V3. This here would be a continuation. So you just would have to make sure that this candle closes red, and this would be an entry for a breakout V3 continuation, which it did not close red, and unfortunately no entry there. So that's why you have to wait for the candle to close, because if you get in too early, you get in and there's no entry there. So no entry there for the breakout V3. You're probably not going to find very many good entries right now because the volatility is so low. And it's not looking like it's getting any better. It's just getting slower and slower and slower. So again, right here, another resistance level at that point. It's not really too much to work with here. All right, guys, the market's pretty slow, so I'm not really expecting too much to happen at this point. I'd probably recommend that you guys just wrap it up. There's no need to because what happens is if you guys stay on the chart and the market's super slow, you just start to force trades, right? And I think this is a consistent problem with a lot of people. It's really just getting bored on the chart, and you want to enter something so bad that you take something that's not there, and then you end up taking a loss or blowing your account, right? The ATR is currently 15 right now. It's pretty low, and it's just getting lower by the second. So what I'm gonna do now, guys, is I'm gonna wrap this up. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Otherwise, I'll be back here for the same live session again tomorrow. Right after I get off this, I'm going to send out the link for the mentoring group. So if you guys want to sit in on that mentoring session, I'll post up the link for the mentoring session in the group as well. So if you guys want to sit in on it, it's pretty much open to everybody. But the only questions that I'm answering will be from the actual mentoring group that we have. So we'll wrap this up here, guys. If there's any other questions, feel free to pop into the chat right now. Otherwise, I'm going to get off here. I'm going to send out the links, and then I'll be back in a few moments for the mentoring session right after this. So, all right, guys, great profits today. If you guys have more profits to post up, feel free to send them in, and then you'll be featured on the social media. Otherwise,